Well, hello there. Happy Sunday to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Um, for those of us living in a four-season climate, spring means sweet relief. See you later, snowstorms, bundle up. Hello, warm weather and outdoor activities. That's what's happening now. And we are going to change the show a little bit to maybe just once a month so that all of us can enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. But just to talk a little bit about as you know, always we make the show into several segments. One is a pet segment. One is a, all on green living and so on. And then I have my little pet peeves a little bit also, and then a little bit of beauty too. So let's start and jump right into the pet segment.
Before you do it,
Sure.
is somebody there using the internet besides you?
No, but there is a buzz, right?
It's not the buzz. It keeps telling me that the bandwidth is not there. Okay, keep going. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nobody else is
Go
using
ahead.
internet.
Go ahead.
Well, now I'm all off track. No, I'm
No, we're
right
talking
back
about
in.
pets.
Right. Well, I sure hope that you guys, and I love that you guys apparently are hanging in there and um, doing this thing with us because, as you probably realized, I do this from through the internet. And I'm doing this on my little laptop here. And Amnon, the producer of this show, makes this all happen. He is the magic guy who makes this for you to enjoy. And hopefully, if you want to do a good deed, send him a thank you note for all the good work that he's been doing, because he really is a fantastic guy doing this. So that I can give you my wisdoms and all the other shows that he has to offer. He has many other shows that he offers. And I hope you partake in that too. So get back to the pets. If you have pets, now is naturally the time that you want to go and romp with them outside. Be aware in the Northeast, the tick season is awful this year. So you know what? I don't know what to tell you. I have 3 little dogs of my own. And I don't know what to tell you. Dimaceous Earth doesn't seem to be doing, and it's really not that great as now the reports have been coming out. It's not that great for your pets. So I don't know. If anybody comes up with something that really works for ticks and that is more holistic than what I can offer, please let us know, because we all would love to know and keep our animals safe. And one other thing is right now happening, and that's what I saw on my property. The birds are nesting, and they are starting to have their eggs, and mommy is sitting on the eggs, and depending on the bird, they either both they exchange sitting on the eggs, or just mommy sits on the eggs. But if you have cats, that may be a problem. We have cats. We have 3 cats, and our cats are up in the trees. So when I see a nest up there, what I usually do is I put something on the bottom of the tree so the cats can't climb up on the tree. I put some, something that's sticky or so on, because cats don't like sticky things. You could put maybe a little oil on it or something. What I do is I have some barbed wire, and I just put a couple of things around the tree, and then I take that off afterwards. But that way, varmints, also raccoons and possums can't go up the tree and rob the eggs of those nice little birds. So you want to keep that, and also naturally do not peek into the nest, even though it's as cute as heck, and you want to see, are there eggs in there and so on. Please don't, because many of the birds will not then come back to the nest. And also don't try to relocate a nest. That usually doesn't work. Sometimes it could be, but very, very seldom that does work. So if you need to remove the nest because it might destroy your property or your house or whatever, then do that after the eggs have been hatched. Then remove the nest when the birds are flying. Usually when you remove the nest, then the birds will not come back and build another one in that same location. Another thing is right now, we are going to have a lot more hot days this year than we have had. Global warming, you probably heard about it. So they're predicting 10 or 15 days more than usually of 90 and above weather. Now, when we have that, we have here about 75, which is really a little warm for spring. Spring should be around 60, 65, maybe 68, under 70. But we have today, this is the second day already of 75-degree weather. And that's very unusual. So I think they're going to be pretty right that we are going to have more unusual hot weather. Now, how do we keep our pets, especially small, overweight dogs? They can overheat very, very quickly. So if you have them outside, always, well, that goes without saying, we all know we keep adequate water supply outside for them, always a bowl of fresh water, change it a couple times a day in the warm weather. Even my chickens, I change the water when it's hot like this a couple times a day because they will not drink the warm water. And then they get overheated, and then they may get sick, and then they don't lay eggs, and that's what they're there for. I want the eggs. So but your dogs naturally don't lay eggs. So, but you love them and you want to keep them safe. And so when they are outside, if you go for a walk, have a bottle of water with you. Have a small, they make those small containers that are collapsible. Take one, put one into your pocket, take that with you, and offer water a couple times when it's a hot day and you go for a walk. Very, very important, especially for the smaller dogs that are a little overweight. And some of the, I've seen some big dogs too that have probably about 5 pounds too much. And we know ourselves, if we have too much weight on, we overheat a lot faster. So we don't want to do that. If you find that your dog is panting too much, get the animal inside into a cool, either air conditioned, put hot cloths around either on their head or around their belly, a cold cloth. I think I said that, not hot, right? Cold, and cool them down because they can very easily overheat, and that can cause all kinds of problems. In fact, it can cause a heat stroke in animals. So you do not want to do that to your pet. Also, the dogs that have a very thin coat, these short, thin coats, I'm talking about bulldogs and the medium-sized dogs that really do not have much of a coat, they can easily get sunburned. So you do want to keep them either indoors, or what you can do is you can take some coconut butter, melt it a little bit, and smooth that over their coat. It also deters a little bit the mosquitoes and so on. And if the dog licks it, it's not bad for them. In fact, it's very healthy. And because one thing you don't want, especially on the nose, because they can easily get sunburned, and they can get skin cancer from that. Many have gotten skin cancer from that. Another one is when you go for a walk and you say, oh, well, there are puddles everywhere. Don't let your dog really drink from those puddles. I don't even when I take my horses out, I don't even let them really drink unless it's a flowing stream. I don't even let them drink out of the puddles because they are giardia. They're little tiny worms that are in those puddles. And not that they can cause a lot of harm, but they can cause severe diarrhea. And, if you ever had a dog at home with severe diarrhea, well, you don't ever want to do that again, because that's not
It's a
pleasant.
mess.
Yes, to say the least. Yes. And so we don't want to do that. Another point I really want to make is that now all the babies are being born. The deer have babies, and the bears have babies, and raccoons, and everybody has babies in the spring, right? So if you live if you live in the country, you may want to avoid letting your dog off the leash when you're out in the woods or in the fields or so on, because they may stumble on some of these babies. And not that depends on the size of the dog that you have, but their mommies are going to take that not so lightly. If it's a bear baby, forget about it. That mama bear will be after your dog, and when you go and try to rescue your dog, will be after you. Many animals have done damage because they felt threatened. Also, a deer can be really quite destructive to you or to your animals, because they can really stomp, especially a smaller sized dog. They can really go after those dogs. I've seen it. And because naturally they are protective to their babies. So be careful. Also rabbits. Rabbits they're not going to do much damage to your animal, but you don't want to do to a little tiny rabbit baby. You don't want to give it a heart attack, or even your dog take it and shake it and break its neck. Not a good idea. So keep them in the springtime when you're outside. Keep them on the leash. You do the world good, and your animal still will have the exercise, and even better exercise for you, because you may have to walk a little bit more and vigorously. Okay. Also at this point, the porcupines are out. And if you have a medium-sized dog, they will go after the porcupine. And these porcupines can shoot their quills up to 5 feet. And if you ever had a dog who had porcupine quills in their mouth, or on their body, you know how terrible that is. You have to immediately take the animal to a vet. You can't do that yourself because the vets have these pliers and they unhook them literally. These quills have little hooks, like little fish hooks on the end. They go like this and they shoot them in, and they really are like barbed into the skin. And they can cause, if you pull them out yourself, you can do a lot of damage. And maybe some of the quill can stay in the pet and cause bad infections. So immediately to a vet, okay, if that happens. I think that probably concludes with our pets. Now, also in the springtime, sometimes I've seen, especially bulldogs, they get these warts, and they are a little bleeding. And it seems like they get them in the springtime more often if they get them. There's a fabulous remedy, and it's called Tuya, Huja. It takes care of any urinary problems also, but predominantly those black little mushroom warts that some of the animals get, and they when you rub them a little harder, they start bleeding. And if you give the remedy right away, they will go away right away. If you do not take care of it, they will grow and they will grow and they will become quite big. I've seen them this big on some animals. And then it's a little harder to take care of. It still can be done, but it might be better just to take to the vet and have it surgically removed, and then be vigilant of any small ones and treat the smaller ones with homeopathy. What about, do we have any questions to the pet segment here?
Nope.
Nobody has any questions. So everybody agrees, right? Everybody thinks this is just cool. All right, let's move right along. The other one is, this is sort of like a peeve today, a pet peeve today. Again, we still have the problem with homeopathy. Congress still is trying to curtail homeopathy. In fact, they want only doctors to prescribe homeopathy. I've had that, I've said it before, I will say it again. Please, let's not have that happen. Please call your congressman, write to your congressman. You can email your congressman and say, please keep homeopathy an over-the-counter medicine for us. It has to be free, because even though doctors may be smart, but they have no education in homeopathy, they have no clue what homeopathy is. And I doubt that any of the medical profession would want to go 4 more years to school for homeopathy. So do yourself a favor, try to do that, because we know that Congress is not always sane in the regulations that they put up. One of the guys that is really in the new presidential election, I think, is to watch for and is to really maybe support. I have heard very nice things about him. Bernie Sanders, a socialist, fighting for the middle class, fighting for all of our rights being retained and being looked upon. He is not catering to big pharma or big corporations, but rather to the people at large. You may want to educate yourself about Bernie Sanders. Many people now are starting to support him. I think it would be a fabulous solution for many of our problems in this country. What else? I'm not, this is not a political platform. I'm not going to go much longer about it. However, I do feel this is my elected country, and I feel very strongly of keeping it free and strong for the people as it was intended. And talking about the people, my secret, I am glad to say, the cream that I make is doing very well. People are loving it. Everybody is just really enthusiastic about making their own cream. As you know, you can select from two creams and say, okay, I have these problems, I have lines, I have wrinkles, I have frown lines, I have some teleargosines, I have some acne, I have this, any kind of problem that you have, you just fill out that questionnaire. You pay with PayPal, you $39, and the cream will be made for you. But you have to go, excuse me, you have to go online to get the form, and you have to go online also to pay for it. But people absolutely love it because now there is a cream that can really do something for you. It's not just all promise and hype. And we just absolutely love it. There's one cream for all people who have acne or who have a lot of breakouts. There's one cream that is called an azulene paste. Azulene paste. Dr. Eckstein makes it. You can buy it at Amazon. And any kind of pimple or anything that you may have that is a sore, even on small psoriasis patches or contact dermatitis, it has worked. It works wonderfully. I don't make the cream, but I know of it, and I have been using it for my clients for over 30 years. It's been produced, and it's been their mainstay and their big money maker was Dr. Eckstein. Dr. Eckstein is a German company that started out making predominantly products for acne users, but now they make a myriad of products and very good products. But that particular product stands out, Azulene paste. Like I said, you can buy it at Amazon, real easy, real, and you just put it on overnight. It's fantastic. It really is. What else? We can also, for those of you who are especially light-skinned people, they should wear sunscreen. From now on, you should wear sunscreen all year round, really. I do, because it stops your skin from aging. However, now is the time to really wear sunscreen. And a 15 sunscreen is just not enough. You have to wear higher sunscreen. And many of the sunscreens, they don't say what strength the sunscreen is. But 50 to 60 for the face, for all those girls that don't want to age, that want to stay young looking the rest of their life, please wear that. And put it on in the morning, and do not forget. Then you can put your makeup over it or whatever, and you're good to go. If you have a medium skin, like slightly cream colored skin, coconut oil or coconut butter has a natural sunscreen, and it's about a 15. And that would be more than enough for you. And it works really well. It also helps any lines or wrinkles to soften them. and helps the skin stay smooth, much better than maybe olive oil. Olive oil does not have any sunscreen. I hear that quite often from people that use only vitamin E oil or olive oil. Don't use coconut oil. Coconut butter, it's inexpensive. You just melt it in your hand. Just take a little scoop, melt it in your fingers, put it over your skin, and your skin will thank you for it. Not that it has any rejuvenating properties, but whatever you have, it will preserve it a little better. Okay, because skin cancer is on the rise in animals and in people, and we do have to see that we protect ourselves from that, because skin cancer can be is one of the fastest killing cancers. Skin melanoma can invade your body very quickly and kill you very quickly. And and there's really not much that the medical community can do for you, because once it has invaded your body and once it has spread, it's really a death sentence. So protect yourself. Also wear a hat and sunglasses. Our sun is getting stronger, and we know that more of the harmful rays are reaching our earth. So we do have to protect ourselves. And like I said, our pets the same. I like in the middle of the day, when in the middle of the summer, when it's really hot, I don't even let my dogs out. I keep them indoors and keep them in the cool. They go out in the morning, they romp around, they go out in the evening when it gets a little cooler. But in the heat of the day, keep them safe, and for yourself too. For those of you who are runners, many of them I have seen on the side of the street. They run, and they run like at 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, 11 o'clock in the morning is, or noon really, that's when the sun is almost at the highest. That's a very dangerous time to go running. If you do want to exercise and you like exercising by running, uh, try to do that in the evening or very early morning when it is a little cooler. Try not to do that during the heat of the day. Not only will you flirt with sunstroke, really, but you also will overtest all of your capillary system, all of your veins, all of your blood system, all of your organs. They will really be jeopardized by heat and exercise. They have to work 100 times more. And that is not really very good. If you're very young, you can sustain it. The older you get, not a good idea. But morning and evening, some exercise or some fast walking is advisable and it's good. But always have a bottle of water with you too, especially in the summer. Okay. Well, Amnon, do we have any comments? Do we have anybody saying, Gisela, I don't really agree with you, but whatever? Or
No,
does
no,
everybody
no
agree and not
comments,
have
no
an
questions,
opinion?
no comments.
Ha!
Yeah,
Well, I'm almost insulted.
no.
I'm joking.
But I will tell you, um, our uh, short hair pointer
Yeah,
loves to lay in the sun. I mean, if there
yeah,
is, even if there is sun, if the door is open and the sun comes through it, she goes right in the sun and just lays there. If I let her out, she's right away on her
yeah,
cushion, laying in the sun, and
yeah. But when she gets hot,
she
she
comes in.
she
Yeah,
probably will come in,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
she would go and stay. We have a little shed like in the middle of the property, and
yeah,
she has a way to get up on the roof of it, and
Yeah.
she will just lay on the tiles there in the sun, and she can stay there for as long as until you call her.
Yeah. Well, try on her face, okay? But she's not light, right? She is sort of the gray brownish, right?
Well, she's black and white, but mostly white.
Okay. On all the white spots, all the light spots, put a little coconut butter on, warm it a little bit, and rub it into her
Yeah.
fur, okay?
Well, I'll tell Kathy.
Yeah, because she can get skin cancer.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Yep.
but I have a totally white horse, and he loves that's what he does. He lies in the sun, all stretched out. Uh, the first time that Tom, my husband, saw him, he said, "You better go look at Diamond. I think he's dead." And I looked at him. I said, "Ah, nah, he's just
Enjoying.
sunbathing,
He's enjoying himself.
enjoying." But
Yeah.
he has a thick coat still. He has Cushing's, so he's not shed out yet. But in this, when it's really hot, like 90 to 100, okay, he doesn't lie out there. He only lies there now in the spring,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it gets very, very hot, he doesn't. And animals, for the most part, are smart enough not to do that, But you never know, I would rather protect them a little bit. And if she rubs a little bit of the coconut oil into the fur, it's not going to get it, and it
Right.
makes the fur nice and shiny, and
Yeah.
it's good for them.
Okay.
All right, well, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter segment today, because I've got to get out there in the sunshine too. And I hope that everybody has a glorious, glorious spring. And I hope to talk to you soon. All of my shows can be researched, and you can go into some of the older shows, and they're all podcasted, so you can listen to it over again. And you can also tell your friends to listen to it, because they're right there. And any time of the week that they would like to listen to the show, or maybe that you didn't get a segment or something that I said that you want to research again, you can listen to it just over again. I hope you guys have a glorious spring. Enjoy the wonderful weather. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. Our weekly lineup of call-in programs includes Computers 2K Now with Amnon Nissan, Health In with Debbie Bruck, Breaking Free with Marilyn Shannon, Lessons of Vietnam with NCVBI members, The Tanya Love Show, Your Healthy Pet with Gisela DiCarlo. And if you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it at www.nissancommunications.com. Sponsored by Atomus.com, makers of quality video recorders and converters for professionals, CarolinaApparel.com, and DeltaForce.net.